So we're going to talk a little bit about the quest lines, for Gilneas and the Night Elves and everything today, and what I thought about them. But first things first, some quick rundowns. The Outland Cup is now live. Yes, go to the Outland and dragon ride your way around. Do all that stuff, of course. And you can get some cool little, transmogs and things. So go ahead and get those done. I think there are, how many races is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 11, 13 races. 13 races, and you can get yourself some cool transmog, of course. There's nothing else really behind it other than that, but these things have been fun. I've been enjoying doing them. Shamans. Have you been taking more damage than expected? Well, it's because one of the devs at Blizzard accidentally put a plus instead of a minus in front of one of your talents. Yeah, that's right. For a while now, it turns out that Ancestral Defense was actually increasing your defense taken by 2% rather than decreasing it. That has been now fixed, which is this ridiculous. That's insanity. But it has been fixed since. So congratulations to Blizzard, and sad day for the guy who probably did this because he might have gotten fired for it. But there it is. Yeah, Ancestral Defense is now working as intended. Okay, moving on to the campaigns. What did I think about them? I'll be honest, I was slightly disappointed. Slightly disappointed. If you guys know me, I was very excited about this lore. I was talking about, we might see Sire Denathrius, some Dreadlord activity. Who knows what's going to happen? Turns out it was really just the Scarlet Monastery, and that's about it. Yeah, so if you didn't do the campaign, at least from the Alliance side of things, I went through it, and it starts out with Gen Greymane still hating on undead, and his hatred towards them kind of blinds him in the beginning. He's like, what are the undead doing here? They said they were going to leave. And Kalia Menethil is there, and she reassures him that they're going to leave once this is done, but they want to help retake Gilneas and all this stuff. So they make buddy-buddy, much like many things in Dragonflight, and move on to fighting off the Scarlet Crusade. So you go through and you kill a bunch of Scarlets, and the way you actually get in is we take a back way in, and we end up opening the gate for the Gilnean army to come in, and this is how it happens here. Yes, this little cutscene. 1080p that. Much like a, what's it called? Troy. Yeah, so the army of the Alliance rushes in. Very exciting stuff. We begin our reclamation, so you start slaughtering all these Scarlet Crusade people. Very interesting that we had a light shield around here, much like we've seen with, you guys remember we took, what was it, Argus? And we had all the, the Draenei light encampments and all that stuff. This was the same shields we kind of saw there. The use of the light in a bad way. We've seen this before with alternate universe Draenor and all that stuff, and how that stuff was going on. But here it is again. And in the end, we end up fighting a princess, her name is Inquisitor Fairbell. And she turns into this freaking hollowed monstrosity, this giant light beast. Yeah. And Sam took a little bit more than just Gilneas. Yeah, that's right. And this light beast, we fight it, and again, it's another use of the light in a bad way. We end up killing it. The whole time the Inquisitor is talking about how the light is going to, cleanse us and purge our infectious stain from this world and all this stuff. So we see that the light can, in fact, be used in a not-so-good way. It turns out that the person who's wielding it really decides how it's going to be used. And in the end of this we end up seeing Mr. Greymane passing on the torch to his daughter here. This is after we've killed her and reclaimed Gilneas.
You're thinking of Liam again, aren't you?
Poor son.
You always could see right through me.
You never really healed after you lost him. After you lost Gilneas.
Tess.
I have to say, these in-game cutscenes are... They look really good.
Your pain.
They've been doing a good job with
It's
him.
why you built that wall in the first place. And why you took Anduin under your wing. But I have always been here. For you. Even if you've never noticed.
Ooh. Ooh, he felt that one.
I know. And I'm sorry. The world is changing, Tess. And as much as I try, I find it hard to change with it.
I don't know if he can handle the Calumet
stuff.
stuff.
Yourself 1,000 times over, my girl. And this kingdom now belongs to you.
Wow.
Father,
There you go. Succession plan.
You have always been what makes Gilneas truly special to me. And I should have told you that. Every day.
Very, very in the feels. This is, this is Dragonflight at the end of the day.
I wish I could take your pain away.
Only time will do that, my dear. But we have time now. Thanks to you.
There it is. So yeah, you reclaim Gilneas, the torch gets passed, and now, Tess looks like she's going to be the next leader of the Gilnean people. As far as Gilneas goes, it hasn't really been revamped. We did some running around. There's not much difference in terms of like what it looks like or rebuilding anything just yet. I'm sure that'll happen down the line. Right now, it's just populated with a bunch of NPCs. There is a nice moment if you play on the Alliance where Gen visits his son's grave, and he says, I don't know if you will recognize me, Liam. All these years, the lessons I have learned, the Alliance has always offered an outstretched hand. There are days it feels right, and days I wonder, what if I had not built that wall? Would Lordaeron still stand? Would you still be... And then he pauses for a second. But listen to me. The ruminations of an old man. You did not live long enough to regret as I do. Your sister will lead the kingdom now. No one could be more proud of her than your mother and I, except you, perhaps. Rest well, my son. Gilneas is in the best of hands. So again, he kind of, talks about the succession plan. He's putting his daughter in charge. I'm interested to see if they do, in fact, rebuild Gilneas in a meaningful way. Right now, like I said, it's just really populated with NPCs. The cinematic, fine, yeah, it's cool. Nothing, not too not a lot of action, just more touchy-feely, which kind of gets into the Night Elf campaign as well. A lot of that happens. One of the cooler things to happen yesterday, though, was this little conversation between Matthias Shaw and Gen. If you saw it, it's one of those stay a while and listen things. And if you did it, it's in Valdrakken. You hear them talking about how Matthias has been sending out his peeps, right, to spy on Anduin. They've been spotting Anduin. So Gen starts the conversation saying, "You're certain it was him?" Master Matthias Shaw says, "My agents and Ratchet confirmed it. He was seen buying supplies." Gen says, "Why Kalimdor? Why wouldn't he return to Stormwind?" Matthias, "I don't know, but he was traveling south. Must have noticed my people on his tail. He lost them in the Barrens." South? What could he be after? Send word to Jaina. She'll want to know where he's headed. You don't want to go after him yourself? If he's staying away, he must have his reasons. We need to trust him. Now this is an interesting part here. Matthias asks him, should I inform Lord Commander Terrellian? And Gen says no. Not until we know more. Let's keep this quiet, Spy Master. And Matthias responds, it will be done, King Greymane. So I wonder, this is the first little seeds we've seen of, some doubt in Terrellian, right? We've been talking about it before we mentioned it. Terrellian's, he's a radical. He's a bit wild. He's ready to fight, ready to go to war, and not exactly a peacekeeper. So how Terrellian would react to things, we're not exactly sure yet, but one thing we do know is he is a lover of the light, and he kind of only believes in one true path. So I'm not sure how he's going to react to the news of Anduin coming back, but this news of Anduin coming back and going, we all know where he's going. He's going to Silithus, and that's where it leads into the whole cinematic where Thrall finds him and they talk and have their heartfelt moment. So I thought this was actually probably the coolest thing of the entire campaigns yesterday. I enjoyed the stay a while and listen conversation. You move on from there and you talk to, you know, the Dragonflights here. You go up to the top and you accept a quest from Alexstrasza, and this is where it takes you.
My friend, we have asked you
Oh, very low.
to offer our thanks. When we dragons returned to our homeland, we were a kingdom divided. Old wounds and bitter memories had fractured our unity. But thanks to you and all those who stood,
You get your new title, Champion of Everything.
we have found our way to a better future. We realized that the mistakes of our past need not define us. That we should not fear the unknown. That we could embrace our family while building a new legacy for our flights. A legacy that includes all dragonkind.
There you go. There's Viranoth.
In recognition of everything you have done, we proclaim you champion of the Dragonflight.
Did it. We beat WoW. Champion of the Dragonflights. Viranoth looks cool. Yeah, she does look cool. I do agree with that. And here's the thing. That wasn't really the cool cinematic. What ends up happening is you have a conversation with Viranoth up there, and it leads to probably what was the coolest cutscene of the ones, and in fact a reveal of something that I previously thought was something else. But here, let's watch this real quick. So Viranoth tells Alexstrasza that Mr. Iridikron had reached out to her, and she in fact did go meet with him.
I had received a missive from Iridikron. He wished to speak with me, and me alone.
Yeah, this was the coolest cinematic of all the campaigns. Gilneas and Night Elves combined.
It seems your courage has not faltered, despite abandoning our war.
That war is over, Iridikron! It was you who abandoned our cause, who abandoned Farak to his own
She
destruction.
feels bad for Farak and what happened
All
to
for
him.
some trinket Neltharion left behind.
The Dark Heart is no mere trinket.
See, that's an interesting part. He calls the thing that they got Galakron's essence in the Dark Heart. Now, originally, I thought the Dark Heart was the heart of Yasharaj, and that's what they were trying to go back in time or an alternate timeline and go get. But it turns out that they are calling that thing the Dark Heart, and now it's with Xal'atath.
Its power now lies in the Harbinger's
The Harbinger is Xal'atath. Yep.
The void cannot be trusted.
I trust its hunger. You know the Titans infected our world, and I will see them extinguished. The question is, sister, will you?
I will have no part of this.
Then the bond.
I think Iridikron's pretty badass,
is
honestly.
truly
He's a good villain.
You will not see me again until the Titans face their reckoning. But to you, Viranoth, I offer one final warning. Stay out of my way.
He's no jailer. Yeah, no, this was a really cool cinematic. Interesting to see. He basically says their sibling, whole thing, it's over, right? And he doesn't say that he necessarily sides with the Void. He just says
Hunger. You know.
he trusts its hunger. That's what he wants. And this hungering Void is what he wants. He needs its help to basically destroy the Titans. He's blinded by his anger towards the Titans and what they've done, and he's willing to do everything and anything to destroy the Titans. So, siding with the Void?
Servant.
Yeah.
We have a realm to destroy.
Cass, thank you for the follow. Welcome to our Scourge. Yes, the he's going to use the Void. You know, it's his means to his ends. He wants to kill the Titans, and that's why he's done what he's done so far. The Dragonflight epilogue continues, and you know, I have to say this cinematic pretty much sums up Dragonflight for me. Let's take a look real quick. This is what happens after, you know, you do some Night Elf stuff, and you're back now in their new hometown of Belemeth.
Such beauty. Such tranquility.
I have to say the music in Belemeth is
Settle
fantastic.
here every day. After so many years of strife, Belemeth offers rest and comfort. This village welcomes all who wish to dwell here, but it shall not be our only home. Hyjal, Val'Shara, Ashenvale.
There's
These are
portal, I think,
sacred
to
places
Hyjal
to
from here.
us. We shall protect them forevermore. And one day, when life blossoms again upon its ashen shores, we will
You
return
bitch.
to
You
Teldrassil.
fucking bitch. This is what I get for trusting. You know, I'm not doing this. We'll return to Teldrassil. So that's an interesting part of this, is that they do talk about maybe one day going back to Darnassus. Who knows?
And build anew.
Dramatic moment. Oh yeah, they've always had fangs. There he is. I will say, the one, you know, kind of cool Giga Chad moment is the fact that Malfurion, he ain't running. You know, he ain't whipped. He's gonna wait for her to run to him. Right, that was Giga Chad of him. It's like, I'll just, you know, take a few steps and stand here. Now, question, I was kind of taken back by this. Is this the first kiss we've ever seen in World of Warcraft? I feel like it is. I don't think I've ever seen a makeout session live in WoW. Yeah, but there it is. I think so, yeah. I definitely think this is the first kiss ever in WoW. So, Malfurion and Tyrande, there you go. You know, look, Dragonflight has been very touchy-feely, very in the feels. I'm not saying the story has been bad. There just hasn't been a lot of war or action or anything like that. We're closing up a lot of storylines. Hopefully the war within actually brings us a lot of war. We've done all the touchy-feely stuff, and now we're ready for battle kind of thing. But yeah, this certainly is the peak of the lovey-dovey here in Dragonflight. Just in time for Valentine's Day. Yeah, Arthas never saw Jaina did that, true. I do feel for the Night Elves and all the shit they've been through. It's been pretty bad. But, you know, this is some heartwarming stuff. There you go. A kiss is not cringe. No, a kiss is not cringe. I don't think a kiss is cringe, you know? We're all adults here. It's okay. But the thing is, it's just been so much friendship and happiness and love and everything. You know, just waiting for some damn action in this bitch. Yeah, it hasn't happened. I don't think we're gonna get it. But it is what it is. I'm adopted, and the delayed hug at the end because Chandris is adopted felt so forced. They've been a family for literally thousands of years. I understand everyone's experiences are different. Yeah, that's true. The whole thing felt kind of, you know, look, the storylines in Dragonflight, I will say Iridikron's a badass. I think actually Farak, Viranath, and Iridikron, they're the coolest things to come out of Dragonflight. I've enjoyed their stories, watching them, you know, grow or fall into madness, all that stuff. I think it's been very cool to watch them. Other than that, a lot of our main characters and stuff, their storylines have been okay. No real, like, heroic moments or anything. Just a lot of, like, getting to the feels, right? But it is what it is. So after that, you know, now you can see Malfurion and Tyrande sitting up there in Belemeth. They are chilling in their new little spot. And you can run around Belemeth, by the way, and pick up a bunch of transmogs and stuff. Overall, you know, Gilneas night. All the stories were kind of meh, a little bit. You know, I was more excited, I think, that I should have been. But the Iridikron cinematic was really cool.